husband wants a big family, but I can't keep up. I'm 30 weeks pregnant with our third baby. My daughter just turned 2. My son is 3.5. So yeah, 3 kids under 4. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I love my kids more than anything, but I'm running on fumes. Some background: my husband and I have been married 4 years, together 5. On our second date, he told me he wanted a big family. He grew up an only child and hated it. So did I. He used to joke that he wanted enough kids to fill a whole minivan. I thought it was the sweetest thing. I wanted the same future, just spaced out like a normal person. Our first 2 came back to back. I have been pregnant or breastfeeding for almost 4 straight years. I haven't slept a full night since 2022. My hips ache when it rains. My hair comes out in the shower. Last month I fell asleep sitting up in the pediatrician's waiting room holding the sign-in pen. I'm not complaining about my babies. I'm saying my body is a rental car he keeps returning on empty. A few months ago, we were at a family dinner when my sister-in-law announced she was pregnant with baby number 5. Everyone clapped. My husband didn't. He gripped his fork so hard his knuckles went white, said congrats through his teeth, and barely spoke the rest of the night. In the car, I asked if he was okay. He said, we need to talk about trying again. I was 6 months pregnant at the time. Then last week, we were setting up the nursery. He was building the crib, and he goes, we should have bought 2. I laughed. Then I said, okay, but seriously, after this one I need a break. 2 years, maybe 3. Let my body heal. He didn't even look up from the instructions. He said, we don't have that kind of time. I thought he meant age. He's 33. I'm 26. We have nothing but time. I said that, and he got this tight look and said, we're on a schedule. We can't slow down now. A schedule. That word stuck in my head like a splinter. After that, I started noticing things. He'd take calls from his brother in the garage with the door shut. Twice, I caught him on a calendar app, counting months on his fingers. When I walked in, he flipped his phone over. Once, through the garage door, I heard him say the words before the deadline. Then he saw my shadow and started talking about fantasy football. I told myself it was a surprise, a baby moon or something. Wives tell themselves a lot of things. Then Sunday, his mom came by with a bag of hand-me-down baby clothes. She hugged me, put both hands on my belly, and said, keep them coming, sweetheart. You're so close. Close to what? She laughed like I'd made a joke. Then she shot my husband a look, and he looked at the floor. Something cold slid down my back and stayed all day. That night, I couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m., I went down to his office. I know. You're not supposed to go through your husband's desk, but I did. Bottom drawer, under a pile of tax stuff, there was a thick folder with his grandfather's name written on the tab. Inside was a trust document. His grandfather is 91, very rich, and very old-fashioned. The kind of man who calls grandkids a legacy. And there's a clause. When the trust dissolves next year, the estate gets split between his 2 grandsons. Not evenly, proportionally, based on how many children each grandson has on that exact date. Living children, born before distribution. It actually says that in those words. His brother has 4 kids, almost 5. We have 2.5. I kept reading, and my hands started shaking, because behind the trust papers there was a page in my husband's handwriting. A table, my initials at the top. Every pregnancy listed like a line item. The month we started trying, the month it worked, due dates. And next to each of my children, a dollar amount. 400,000 and change per kid. My daughter has a dollar sign next to her name. My son has a dollar sign next to his name. The baby I'm carrying right now, the one kicking me while I read that paper, has a dollar sign and a due date and nothing else. No name ideas, no little doodle, a number. And at the bottom of the page, one last note in his handwriting. One more after this. She'll agree if I push. If I push. I sat down on the office floor because my legs stopped working. I did my own math right there in the dark. 3 kids in 4 years. My stomach muscles split. My teeth wrecked from the pregnancies. Every time he rubbed my belly and called it his dream, there was a spreadsheet in the drawer under our tax returns. Every time he said big family, he meant bigger payout. His brother was never his brother. He was the competition. The race had a finish line and a prize, and I was the horse. My kids were never his minivan full of love. They were entries. I heard the floor creak upstairs, and I just sat there holding that paper, 30 weeks pregnant, doing the one piece of math he never wrote down. It was never about family. I was a payout schedule with a wedding ring on.